The sun was setting over the small harbor town, casting a warm orange glow over the bustling docks. Sailors and fishermen scrambled to secure their vessels as the wind began to pick up, whispering secrets of far-off lands and treacherous seas. Amidst the chaos, a lone figure stood on the weathered wooden planks, his eyes fixed on the horizon. A sense of restlessness stirred within him, like the first wisps of morning fog creeping over the waves. Captain Joshua had always been drawn to the sea, but his relationship with it was complicated. He loved its power, its freedom, and its unforgiving nature. The ocean had a way of stripping away pretenses, revealing the depths of one's character. And Joshua knew he was not as confident as he appeared. His hands trembled ever so slightly as he checked the mooring lines, and the flicker of doubt in his mind made him quicken his pace. At 32, Joshua had spent nearly a decade at sea, working on ships that sailed the globe. But his dream was to sail solo, to chart his own course, and to taste the thrill of being completely alone. He wanted to see the world, to explore the hidden coves and uncharted islands that only the bravest sailors dared to venture near. His want was to prove himself, to show the world that even the most unlikely of men could navigate the vast expanse of the ocean. As he worked, the sound of gulls filled the air, their cries carried on the wind as they swooped and dived above the harbor. The salty scent of seaweed and the acrid smell of tar wafted through the air, mingling with the smell of freshly baked bread from the nearby bakery. But Joshua's thoughts were elsewhere, lost in the depths of his own fears and doubts. He knew that his decision to set sail alone would be met with skepticism and even ridicule by many of his peers. They would see it as a fool's errand, a reckless move by a man driven by hubris rather than reason. And perhaps they were right. Joshua wasn't sure if he was ready for the challenge, or if he truly had what it took to succeed. But the urge to sail was growing stronger, like a fire burning in his belly. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the harbor in a deep twilight, Joshua knew that he had to make a decision. He could continue to work on other ships, playing it safe, or he could take the leap of faith and set sail alone. The stars were beginning to twinkle in the night sky, like a million diamonds scattered across the velvet expanse. And as Joshua watched, he felt a sense of restlessness grow within him, a feeling that he couldn't shake. It was then that he saw her, a small, sturdy sloop docked at the far end of the harbor, its sails in disrepair and its hull weathered to a soft gray. The boat seemed to be calling to him, its presence awakening a sense of longing within Joshua's heart. He knew that he had to have it, to own it, to make it his. And as he turned to leave the dock, he felt a sense of excitement and trepidation grow within him. The decision had been made, the die had been cast. Joshua Slocum was about to embark on a journey that would change his life forever. Little did he know, the adventure that lay ahead would test him in ways he never could have imagined. The night air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers and the distant rumble of thunder, a storm brewing on the horizon. Joshua lay in his small cabin, the sloop's creaking wooden hull rocking gently beneath him. He had named her Spray, and the name seemed fitting. The boat was a vessel of freedom, a symbol of his desire to break free from the constraints of the land. As he drifted off to sleep, Joshua's mind began to wander, his thoughts consumed by visions of far-off lands and exotic ports. He dreamed of navigating treacherous straits and braving raging storms, of discovering hidden coves and charting unexplored islands. The Spray was his ticket to this world, a ticket he had bought with his savings, his sweat, and his tears. But as the days passed, Joshua began to realize that he had bitten off more than he could chew. The boat needed repairs, and the cost was far greater than he had anticipated. His savings were dwindling, and the thought of failure was beginning to haunt him. The wind and rain had grown stronger, making Spray a bucking bronco on the waves. As he worked to repair the damage, Joshua's doubts grew louder, like a chorus of critics in his mind. He began to wonder if he had made a grave mistake, if he was truly cut out for this life. The thought of returning to shore, of giving up on his dream, was becoming increasingly tempting. But Joshua refused to give up. He worked tirelessly, his hands numbed by the cold and his spirit worn down by the struggle. He had to prove to himself that he could do this, that he was capable of sailing solo across the vast expanse of the ocean. As the storm raged on, Spray bucked and heaved on the waves, threatening to capsize at any moment. Joshua clung to the wheel, his knuckles white with fear, his heart pounding in his chest. The rain lashed down, stinging his skin and making it hard to see. He felt a sense of despair creeping in, a feeling that he was trapped in a nightmare from which he couldn't awaken. And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the storm passed, leaving behind a calm and serenity that was almost surreal. The sun broke through the clouds, casting a warm glow over the sea. Joshua's eyelids drooped, heavy with exhaustion, as he gazed out at the peaceful landscape. In that moment, he felt a sense of peace wash over him, a sense of acceptance. He knew that he had weathered the storm, that he had faced his fears and come out on top. The Spray was his, and he was hers, a vessel of freedom that would take him to places he never could have imagined. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the sea in a warm golden light, Joshua closed his eyes, his heart filled with a sense of wonder and awe. He knew that he was on a journey that would take him to the farthest reaches of the world. And he was ready to face whatever lay ahead, knowing that he had the courage and the perseverance to overcome any obstacle that came his way. Sleep tight, my friends. May your dreams be as vast as the ocean, and may your heart be as free as a gull on the wind. For those who are struggling to sleep, try this technique as you drift off. Imagine yourself on a calm sea, the waves lapping gently against the shore. Feel the spray on your face, the smell of salt in your nostrils, and the sound of the gulls overhead. Allow yourself to become one with the ocean, to let go of your worries and your fears. And as you do, know that you are as free as the wind. As the months went by, Joshua Slocum's odyssey continued to unfold like a tale of myth and legend. He sailed through treacherous storms, braved the unforgiving heat of the tropics, and marveled at the majesty of the northern lights. His trusty vessel, Spray, proved to be a loyal companion, carrying him across vast expanses of open water. The scent of salt and tar clung to him, an earthy aroma that reminded him of the world he left behind. But with each passing day, the weight of his journey bore down upon him. His body grew weary, his joints aching with the endless motion of the sea. His mind, too, began to fray, worn thin by the endless questions that plagued him. Was this journey of his own making? Or was he driven by some deeper force, a siren song that drew him to the edge of the world? As the night wore on, and the stars twinkled above, Joshua Slocum lay on Spray's deck, his eyes fixed on the horizon, searching for answers that seemed to elude him. It was in this moment of quiet desperation that he stumbled upon a revelation that would change him forever. A young sailor, a novice like himself, had joined him on Spray. The boy was eager, full of wonder and idealism, and Joshua Slocum found himself drawn to his enthusiasm. Together, they watched the sunrise over the ocean, the light casting a golden glow over the waves. And in that moment, Joshua Slocum realized that his journey was not about the destination, but about the people he met along the way, the stories they shared, the laughter they exchanged. It was a realization that brought him peace, a sense of purpose that went far beyond his own ego or ambition. As the days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months, Joshua Slocum's odyssey came to an end. He had sailed around the world, the first person to do so alone and without a crew. But more importantly, he had discovered a truth that would stay with him for the rest of his days, that the greatest journey we ever take is the one within ourselves. And as he stood on the dock, looking out at the spray, now safely moored in a quiet harbor, he knew that he would never be the same again. And so, Joshua Slocum found what he had been searching for, not in the world outside, but within himself. Let that thought carry you now, as the night grows quiet. You have heard his story. Now rest in it. Imagine yourself standing on a windswept cliff, the wind in your hair, the spray of the ocean on your face. Feel the freedom that comes with embracing the unknown. Or picture yourself in a quiet harbor, the sun setting over the water, the sound of seagulls in the distance. Let the rhythm of the waves lull you into a deep and peaceful sleep. Subscribe to HISTOREST. Next week, we will meet another soul who changed the world one quiet decision at a time. Good night.